Hi, SOMs. I'm Karen Feldman, the Manager of Institute Support for Phoenix Institute, and I will be working closely with you and Greg Gates, the Director of School Operations. Today we will be looking at the shift model and how we can work within the confines of this structure. As you already know, you will be paid by the hour for any and all of your work that you complete before Institute and during the summer. By the end of the session, you should be familiar with what the shift model is and its purpose, how you will be supported through this structure, how to communicate this structure with your manager, and what to do if you have questions concerning the shift model. You will get more familiar with the tools that I'll share with you today, and we'll revisit these to ensure that we are working together to adhere to the hourly shift model. The shift model allows us to target the appropriate number of hours to complete all of our SOM tasks. We have spent several hours planning out your weeks at Institute and thought through all of the projects in the Institute calendar to ensure that there are enough hours to complete all of your SOM-related projects. SOMs are non-exempt, which means that you are paid hourly, and it's a federal labor guideline. It's important for you to track your hours so you can be paid for all of your work. We will be using Kronos to submit your hours in the spring and summer, and this is directly linked to your pay, so do not forget to fill these out each week. Once you have submitted all of your hiring paperwork, you will be given access to Kronos. It is important that you do not work more than what you track in the system. For legal reasons and to maintain the integrity of our organization, you should be paid for all of your hours worked. Given this, you'll need to action plan. Because you're all constrained in your time, action planning and check-in structures will help you manage it. Your action plan should include the number of hours you work each week and day, the daily and weekly check-ins with your SOM team, the Director of School Operations, your school director, and your school team, specific tasks and projects that you are completing, and your weekly action plan will be used in check-ins and must be submitted to the Director of School Operations and your school director each week so they can help you manage your time. Here is an example of what an action plan looks like for week 1. As you work within the shift model this summer, there will be times when you might have too many hours and not enough work, or you might feel like you have too much work and not enough time. There might also be times where your manager would like for you to complete a task, but you might not be on the clock anymore, most likely in the evenings when your work has finished for the day. To ensure that you are able to maneuver these situations, it is important for you to talk openly about these issues with your manager and loop in the Director of School Operations if you're struggling. The purpose of the hourly model is not to stress you out or to have you feel anxiety about fitting in all of your work within the number of hours that you were allotted to work for the week, but instead it should be a structure that helps you prioritize and organize tasks within a given time frame in conjunction with your manager. Sometimes you have to make tough decisions and prioritize what work is most important to accomplish for the week and see what can be eliminated from your capacity for the week if necessary. For example, if you're swamped with the DRA administration, but your manager would like for you to complete a daily memo for the core members, it might be a good idea to talk about your capacity with your manager and alert him or her that you might not be able to do the daily memos this week because you don't think you have enough time to complete both. If you do not have this conversation early with your manager and you agree to do both of those things, that is where we're going to run into some problems. So be sure to talk with your manager openly about your time and always feel free to loop in the Director of School Operations as necessary. The inverse is also true. If you feel like you do not have enough work to do, and we often run into this during weeks 3 and 4, talk to your manager or the Director of School Operations about other projects that you might like to pursue if you have enough time. In this role, it is incredibly important for you to track your hours since your pay is directly linked to the hours that you log in our system, Kronos. Timesheets must be completed each week, and SOMs track all of their hours, even if you work more than the allotted number of hours. You will be submitting these each Monday by 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time for the previous week's work. Your manager will see the hours that you've logged and will troubleshoot with you if necessary. After you've watched this video, take 3 minutes to read over the frequently asked questions handout that is provided in the All Staff Conference pre-work. We will go over this whole system at All Staff Conference, but I and Greg are also available to help answer any of the questions or concerns you might have about the shift model moving forward. Thanks, guys. I'll see you at All Staff Conference.